Okay, back to Pencoy. Come to see Steve at Pencoy. Talk about clay today. So let's bob in and see Steve. Hello.
Morning.
Hey, big guy. Hello. Look at his little face. Steve, can we talk clay today, please?
We can talk clay if you'd like to talk clay.
I'm seeing people on the internet. Yes, it's not for you. This is mine. It's not for you. Yeah, I've seen people on the internet talking about clay.
Right. That's one that I stock, the Kasuri clay,
Okay.
which is very good. Basically what it does is add minerals back to the water that the fish take out through their scales and everything.
Okay.
Also puts minerals back that the water board have taken out through purifying all their waters.
Right.
So
Okay.
basically you're putting minerals back to the water, which will also help to hold your KH and your pH stables.
Okay.
This is the other one that I use. It's called FOC. This is a Japanese clay. I've used this for 30 years. It's very expensive for what you get, but you only use a little.
So we've got two products there then. And this is what, £16?
I do that for £16 for a kilo. That's £30.50.
Right, so, and this is a kilo, oh, it's a kilo and a half, isn't
Kilo and a half, that is.
Right, so what I'm seeing with this product that I'm getting off Steve today is loads of different things. So for example, it should help with the water quality, it should put the minerals back, it should help with the blanket weed, it won't remove it, it'll just help with the blanket weed. And what was the last one we said there, Steve?
Bacteria.
Bacteria. It also helps with beneficial bacteria, which is, because I've got a new pond, this is the area that I need to continue to work on, because okay, I'm back to blue now, which is good, but it's still an area that I need to continually put the beneficial bacteria in as well. So it looks like I'm going to get bonus with this one. So yeah, I'm going to go with this, I think, and see what happens. Right, so all done. Got my clay. We'll start with the clay at some point. Steve just recommended that I wait until the water's completely clear of the clover leaf blanket weed stuff. So I'm going to wait till that's done. So today I'll probably complete this video in the next week or so, because I need to make sure that there's nothing left, no residue left of the clover leaf, and then we'll go from there. Okay? So goodbye from Steve. Goodbye from me. Bye bye. Hi folks. Welcome back. For those who don't recognise me, had my hair cut. First time since lockdown, at last. So it is me. Sorry, it is me, just with a different hairstyle. Let's talk clay. Been watching a lot on clay. For example, I don't know if any of you guys watch James the Koi Whisperer. He recently did a video using Mediclay. And I was quite interested in that. I picked some clay up, as you've seen with the other hairstyle, a few days back from my supplier, because I was getting quite interested in this. But I thought I'd just go into a bit more detail of why I want to do it. One of the main reasons I want to look at the clay thing is apparently water clarification, because I'm never really quite there with the crystal stuff. Replacing all the minerals, that's another big bonus for me. And the beneficial bacteria increase is another big bonus for me. You know, now I've got my filters to the point where I just have to kind of be careful what I'm feeding and how much I feed the fish, because the minute I overfeed, boom, I get back to the purple, you know, indicating that there's nitrite coming back and a bit of ammonia. And I've done those over the last few days. I've been keeping an eye on them. So I could do with the more beneficial bacteria, and I keep chucking those little bomb things in, the extra stuff. So I thought I'll see if this clay will cover all those. So I've got my clay that, believe it or not, is called FOC. For those that didn't believe me. Steve's told me to put it in a sealed container. So I've just nicked the butty box from somewhere, and it'll go in a sealed container now. Also, I don't know whether, I think I might have shown you in the video when I went to pick it up a few days back, that Steve's very kindly done all the instructions in English, because this is all in Chinese, Japanese, whatever. It's all in Japanese, I think. So couldn't read them, so Steve's very kindly done them all in English for us. Fuck. So tonight's the night. I'm going to put the first dose in. Going off what James O'Coy Whisperer is saying is that it usually clouds up for 24 hours or so as it sort of dissipates, and I've got to keep an eye on what goes into the filters. So I've created, in fact I might put this on this video actually, I've made a little sort of filter carrier that goes in between the vortex and the brushes, which I'm going to try to catch any clay particles, because that's what James does apparently. So I'm going to try to catch any clay particles that go through before they get into the main filter, because otherwise they're going to start blocking other filters up and I've got to start emptying them, and if I put a middle one in it, I just get me picking it out and throwing it in the bin if it works. So and also with James with the Mediclay, it seems like he puts quite a lot in, whereas the FOC says I think it says, sorry, it actually says 50 grams per 10 tonne of water, and I'm sure James used a lot more of that. So whether this product, it's going to be a little bit different, but anyway, so I thought doing this instead of the Mediclay, so we can compare James O'Coy Whisper, Andy Koi Pond Lifestyle, and see what happens. So I'm going to get this measured out, put it in, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I've measured out just less than 50 grams because I haven't got 10 tonne of water in here, but you can't overdose with this. So I thought there's no point in going for 10 tonnes because that would be miles too much. So I've done more like 40. As you can see, it's kind of a salmon pink colour powder. So I'm going to get this mixed into the bucket of water, which is pond water. I've got a stick to mix it. I think James O'Coy Whisperer borrows a kitchen utensil that I wouldn't get away with using, so I won't be doing that. I'll have to go and buy my own if this doesn't work. But anyway, I'm going to try using a stick and see what happens. Wow, look at that. So many pink colour. I'm glad you can see this on the thing, so yeah, look at that. Right, I think I've mixed it up enough now, and I'm going to, it says slowly pour it into the pond. So I'm going to pour it into the inlet and let the drift of water take it itself. It's not really clouding the water up at the moment, which is good. Just one thing. It also says on the instructions that when koi are suffering from scale and fin diseases, apply 100 grams, so you just increase it. And it says when koi are in poor health, apply 100 grams or 120 grams to 10 to the water. So this looks like it's a bit of a medicine as well, maybe. I haven't got any sick fish, so which is nice at the moment. So I'm going to keep pouring this in. Okay, it's in. The FOC is in. So water clarity. I mean, it has gone a bit murky. Nothing major, and I can still see the fish. Can't quite see the bubbles at the other end. I'm going to give it 24 hours. It says it should be cleared. I'll read. Water will take on a cloudy appearance, but will quickly clear in a day or so, as it says on the instructions. So, thanks for watching. If you're liking this video, click your thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet, that'd be ace. And also ding the bell as well, then you get notifications of whenever I do these videos, and we'll go from there. Right, just before I sign off this video of the first application of the clay, I just thought I'd show you, like say, when I was talking to James on Koi Whisperer, he was saying that he tries to collect as much of the stuff that comes out of there so it doesn't go into his filters, the residue. So what I've done is, I've made a little filter catcher that basically is just a piece of wire that I've bent into that shape that goes in between the two filters, and you basically get some of this stuff. I usually pull it in half because I got the thick stuff came, or I should have already got the thinner stuff. Put that into there, like this, and then all I do is put it in to the filter. I'll show you. So put it into the front, so it's in the square like so, and then just put it in to the little section. You didn't get it to stand up, otherwise don't catch anything. And there you have it. So I've got a little barrier now that you have to keep an eye on, because I tried this. I tried this a few days back just practicing, and you find as soon as it starts filling up, because I've still got the odd bit of blanket weed coming out, is that it all gets stuck in there and then you create a dam. Not good. So yeah, you have to keep an eye on this. So I'll put this in now, and whatever comes out of there now will just go through this initial filter, and then I'll just keep it coming out every couple of hours, and when that's done, chuck it in there, put another one in. Everybody's happy, hopefully. So yeah, I thought I'd just show you that before we move on to the couple of days later. 24 hours now since I put the first lot of the phoc clay in. I thought I'd do the 24-hour thing, just going from work, so it's somewhere close to 24 hours. Looking at the pond, condition of the pond, when I first put it in, like as you saw in the video, it didn't really affect the pond that much. It wasn't murky. Okay, there was a little bit of some of the products sort of floating around on the surface, but it wasn't like others. I mean, last night I watched some other videos to see how other people were getting on with different products, and it was like white out on their pond, and they were just putting it at night time and then coming back some point the following day and hopefully being able to see the fish. I thought I'd just have a quick look now and just update 24 hours. So far so good. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be looking for, to be honest. I don't know whether I'm able to test the minerals, so I don't know if that's working. With regards to the clarity of the water, yeah, it looks pretty similar. I'm going to do another dose in a week's time at the same time, but this time I'm not going to put in the filter thing, the little filter thing I put in between the vortex and the brushes. I'm not going to put that in this time because I don't think it needed it yesterday, and I'm going to let a bit of this clay stuff get into the filters if it's supposed to benefit some of the beneficial bacteria. So I'm not going to stop it going in because there wasn't that much of it in there. See if I can show you what the clarity of the pond is like 24 hours, and then you can see for yourself. Okay, so there you go. It's nice and clear. I think it's working. I'm not 100% sure what I'm supposed to be looking for, but like I say, I'm going to do another dose next week, and we'll go from there. Okay, everybody, day 7 of the clay introduction to my pond. Never done clay before. We're now on day 7, still using phoc clay. So far, I haven't seen much change. Water clarity is exactly the same. So I'm not seeing anything major for me to go, wow, what a product. However, it's only done one. And again, as I said in the past, patience, Andy, patience. So I'm going to do another application today. But what I'm going to do this time, because what I've seen is everybody's using Mediclay and other clays, and they're using a lot more of it. They're having problems mixing it. And then the pond disappearing for 24 hours, or the fish, should I say, disappearing, not the pond, but the fish disappearing in like a cloud of murk for a day, 2 days, or whatever. So I'm going to show the mixing in real, because the last time I showed the mixing, I sped the video up so that you don't really get an idea of how long it takes. So I'm going to keep the video real time so that you see how long it takes, because it doesn't take hardly any time. I've got around about 2 inches of water in my bucket, pond water, and I've got the Mediclay that is measured out, the salmony purple, salmony pink stuff. So that's all measured out now, and I'm going to do it real time. So you'll see real time how long it takes to mix this stuff up and then into the pond, and you'll see real time what the result is when it goes in. Bit of a science going on today. Maybe not science, but you know what I mean. So let's get it mixed up, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so this is real time. adding phoc, clay to water, mixing up. Okay, so real time, no speeding up, because this seems to be an issue with a lot of these clays. So let's go. Less waffle, more moving. So in it goes, and I'm going to mix it until there's none on the bottom. So it probably took about 10 seconds at the moment. I'm just doing it nice steady, and I'm not trying to speed things up or anything. I think that's it. That's about 30 seconds. 30 seconds, and as far as I can see now, it's ready to go in. So let's get it in. 30 seconds. We'll see if there's any residue left at the bottom, and see what issues there are there. Okay, in she goes. Again, all real time, so you can see what's happening. You can see how the water reacts to it, and see if the fish disappear or not, and so on. It says slowly add it, so I'll just follow what the instructions say. Right, what I'll do is, when I empty the bucket, I'll show you what the residue is left from that 30 seconds of steering. Okay, I did a couple of swishes then, but... Okay, that's all in. 30 seconds steering, a couple of swishes, that's it. So it must mix. It mixes a lot better than your others. And that was to get the little bit out there. There was a couple of bits and pieces on the bottom. But that's it. Oh, you can see a little spot there. Let me see if I can just get that spot out. There we go. Spot gone. Clean. Interesting. Okay, product's in. It's now circulating the pond. Let's see if we can still see the fish. Okay, also even if you look up at the aquarium always picks up what is in there, and there's just a slight haze. But yeah, apart from that, it's just a little bit murky. But I can see all the fish. I have no worries with my fish now disappearing for 24 hours. I can see them all. Just a little bit like it's just rained or something. It's just a little bit murky. No major worry there. So. Okay, so for what I've seen so far, plus points using this product, dead quick to mix. Now whether the whole product was dissolved is another thing, because there's little bits we saw on the bottom. I would say it was, but I don't know, maybe the experts would tell me different. So easy to mix, doesn't cloud up your pond. As you can see, you know, we call the fish to the window now. Fish arrive at window, I can see fish. So I haven't got to say goodbye to these guys for 24 hours or more. So that's a plus point for me. As I said before, the minerals and stuff, I don't know them going in, no idea. What I didn't do this time, as I said earlier, is I didn't put the little filter panel in the filter box this time. I'm going to let it go in there because, like I say, there's the product that's going in for the little issues there are. Let it get in the filter box. Especially if it helps with the beneficial bacteria, because that's where I want the beneficial bacteria as well as in the pond. So I'm going to let it just circulate as it wants now. So yeah, I'm going to do this again, 7 days time, same time, straight after work, come in, mix them up, back in the pond. I think at the end of the third week, I'm going to post this video, because that's sort of 3 weeks of it going in, and I'm really crossing my fingers for water clarity, because that would be ace if I can get some really decent water clarity. That would be a big bonus for me. Minerals for the fish, big bonus minerals replacement for the fish. Keeping the blanket weed down, I'm going to keep an eye on that as well. But I've just done that, so I don't know whether it's going to help or not. It may stop it coming back. But don't forget, I've just done the blanket weed removal with the clover leaf stuff. So anyway, I'm waffling on a little bit now, so I'm going to stop now. Do this again, 7 days time, and we'll see how we go from there. So far, phoc, clay. So far so good. Speak to you again. Hi folks, welcome back. Right, I have faffed around with phoc for too many weeks now. So I wanted to do the first video we did, that was 3 or 4 weeks ago, before the mask thing, so I didn't have to wear the mask in the shop at that point. I've been in since, but I do have to wear the mask now. So that was pre-wearing mask in shops thing. So yeah, so been to the shop, did the first application that you saw. Once I finished the first application, waited a week, waited 24 hours, had a look at the water. Water was looking okay, I suppose. Waited the week, put the second application in. I did a third application. Didn't video that because I've already shown you how I've done it twice now, and you can make your own mind up how you think it mixes, but I think it mixes really quick. Compared to others, again, do your research online. I've always said just do loads of videos, because from what I've seen, I haven't seen anybody that's reviewed this as in like this video thing that I'm doing now. So I'm glad I've done this, because we can all make your own mind up now. I'm sure there's loads of people out there saying, oh no, I've used this product X for years and years, and my dad used it and I'm not going to change. I just thought I wanted to make sure that we all knew what this could do. And you can make your own mind up. Go online, check yourself out. So results, let's go back. So pros and cons. Pros, mix time real low, 30 seconds. You saw it in a video, live, real time, 30 seconds. Impressive. I've seen people with whisks, with electric blooming drill whisks. What the hell's that all about? Very little clouding. There was, literally as soon as it's gone in, okay, there's a little bit of clouding, but nothing where your pond disappears. I've listened, I think, down Martin and Devoncoy, he was using another product, and he said he didn't really want his fish to disappear for 24 hours.Hat's the point? Okay, he's putting minerals in, so I don't know, Martin, maybe this is something, I've kind of said to you online if you want to keep an eye on this, but anyway. So yeah, very little clouding, you can actually see the fish. Water clarity. Yeah, water clarity. Would I say it's getting any better? I'd say a little bit. I haven't really noticed that much. I went back to my supplier the other day and he said, so how is it going? I told him what I was doing and how it was happening. And he said, right, what about water clarity? And I said, well, for me, it's nearly the same. He said, well, maybe that's long term. I have no idea. So water clarity, for me, it's okay. Maybe a little bit of difference. I think it is getting better, but nothing for me to go, yeah, wow, this is you need to buy this because. So yeah, water clarity is getting okay, but again, is it because my filter's getting better? So I don't know. Help with nitrite. Man, this has been brilliant for nitrite. Anybody with a new pond and is trying to get their filters up to the nitrification cycle to sort nitrite and ammonia and nitrite into the nitrate, this has definitely helped mine. Reason I'm saying it is because through the feeding of the fish, I found that I'm able to feed more with this clay in. But remember, if you look at previous videos, I sort of say, yeah, my nitrite's looking good, but I fed a bit more and now it's gone back up again, so I'm having to stop my feeding again. Not with this stuff. I'm feeding more now, which is great, and it's hovering, so it's not suddenly going back up into nitrite. So for me, it's helping with the beneficial bacteria and helping with the nitrite, turning it to nitrate. So definitely a plus for me. Cost, yeah, cost versus other users. I'm going to go back to that because the cost is an interesting one. I'm no good at maths, so if I've got this wrong, tell me where I've got it wrong, but I'm not good at maths anyway. I never good at maths at school, so I'll come back to that in a second. Cleans pipes of larvae. I don't know whether any of you have had this in the past, where you get the little pupae and the larvae sort of grow the little eggs in your pipes. Apparently it clears it out. Now I've no evidence that it's actually done this, so I can't see whether it's done it or not. But Steve at Pencoy tells me that's what the pink stuff's here for. That's what the salmony pink stuff's for. That gets in there and deals with that. So I don't know, because I can't see inside the pipes, so I don't know whether it's gone. But it's quite a new pond. So if anybody is suffering from larvae and you try this, let us know, did it work? And the next pro was, doesn't affect the filters. I think on my first application, I said what I was going to do was put the little filter base in between, because you get some of the product going into the filters. Don't touch filters, keep your UV on, let your filters run. Okay, product goes into there, but it's good because it's got the beneficial bacteria assistance in there. So as far as I can see, it's no problem at all. So they're the pros. Cons. Initial cost. Oh, hang on, I've got another pro actually. Fish feeding. Fish feeding, yes. Apparently, yeah, these are like ravenous all the time now. They're just at the window. Well, I opened my back door and they know the back door open now, and they're to the window, stuck to the window, wanting food. So that's another good one. Colour. People said the colours were going to be increased. I haven't really seen it, but I've only been doing it for 4 weeks, and I'm not expecting my fish to change colour overnight. or increase their colour overnight that I'm aware of. So unless you know different on that, but colour, no change. They all look the same colour. There's no breed increases on there. So, cons. Price, 30 quid a bag. 30 quid a bag. And that's for 1.5 kilos. So 30 quid. And for 1.5 kilos of, for example, Mediclay, 15 quid a bag, give or take. I think some places are 16, some are 15, and so on. So I've done some little calculations here. I hope they're right. But Mediclay, apparently, you have to put 100 grams in per 1,000 gallons, I believe. I've kind of read this off the back of somebody's bag when you were doing it on the video. So for my pond, I'd need 150 grams of that product to do it weekly, which would give me, I believe, 10 goes for 15 quid. So 10 applications is me 15 quid of my, for example, Mediclay that I'm comparing it with in this video. FOC, can I keep doing that? Is 50 grams application per 2,200 gallons. So I would only need 40 grams for my pond, which gives me, in a 1.5 kilogram bag, 37 goes for 30 quid. So for 15 quid, I get 10 goes. For 30 quid, I get 37 goes. I hope you follow me on this, because I got lost, because again, no good at maths. So in respect, so I think that Mediclay, for £52, you'd have to spend £52 on Mediclay to get 37 goes. On the FOC, for £30.50 you get 37 goes. I think I'm right, but I might be wrong. Like I say, my maths is crap, rubbish. So yeah, so as far as I can see at the moment, FOC, stop doing that. I'm going to keep you. Well, I'm going to obviously keep using it. I've got the rest of the bag to use. Would I buy it again? Probably. If I see the water clarity improve, then definitely. I will definitely get it again, because everything else makes sense. The price versus others, and how long you're going to keep it and use it, how many goes you get, how many applications you get, and all the other pros. There was only one con, and that was the price. But then I've kind of offweighed that with the offsetting. So there you go. Make your own mind up. Do you dump your product and try something different? Do you stay with the product you use? Fuck. Who knows? Is that a bit too much? So there you have it, the results. It's down to you. Watch the other videos, see what everybody else thinks. I'll leave it with you. There's my findings. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Please like if you've liked the video. Click the subscribe, which is somewhere down here. And any other videos I'll put up here somewhere if you want to catch up with things happening. Thanks very much for watching. Ding the bell, bing, if you want more notifications of these videos coming out. Thank you very much for watching.